I think one of the biggest things that you take away from covering the royal beat, as I do, particularly regarding the ex-royals Harry and Meghan, is the utter belief that the former royal known as the Duchess of Sussex truly had in herself. I mean, one had to admire, whether you liked her or not, the fact that she didn't seem at all in awe of our late and beautiful monarch, Her Majesty the Queen. You know, quite dismissive, if you saw, on her wedding day of the then Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, even though he very nicely, gallantly offered her to walk her down the aisle. You know, it's just a strange situation, isn't it? But now what really emerges, following on from the letters that Meghan wrote to the King regarding situations that she felt slighted and blighted by, was this. According to her, everything could have simply been fixed by the click of an acrylic nail, no doubt. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. I hope you're well. And as ever, lovely to have your company. Welcome, one and all brand new subscribers. As I say, we like to get out and about here when we get the opportunity. Glorious day so far here in London. Apparently going to be turning. Yes. It always is though. Always have a brolly, as I say, or something to cover your head, you know. It's just it's just the way London is, but that's why we like it so much. The United Kingdom, it looks lush in green. By the way, if you're going up to Windermere, and I've heard the weather's going to be good, that's Lake Windermere, by the way, up in the north of England. Beautiful part of the world. If you haven't checked it out, do check it out. Absolutely delightful. Back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. Now, what's interesting here is Meghan Markle is a true believer, really from the off with that soap advert, which her father allowed her to hijack, that she can rule the world, and that's really been the narrative of Meghan for many years. What is interesting, though, is it has developed, according to a very good source who's now left the palace courtiers, as it were, was that Meghan truly believed she could have solved the blighted relationship between Prince Harry, the King's youngest son, and the King. And she really wanted to get this meeting to explain what she'd gone through, allegedly, since marrying Prince Harry. Now, as we know, he's unfolded in great detail with documentaries and interviews around the world, all about his mental health struggles. She, according to that source, has lived it, and she's not sure whether the King knew just the extremes of what Harry was going through. Now, this is daft in itself because, as we know, the King had paid for various therapists and done his very best to help his youngest son, and at points felt, up until the fateful meeting with Meghan Markle, that things were on an even keel, a better track. But according to that source, Meghan reached out on numerous occasions to the now King, then the Prince of Wales and the King, and basically got nothing, refuted. Now, of course, we've only got Meghan's co-word for that, and according to a very good source close to the King, nobody really wants to comment on whether or not Meghan indeed did reach out. But if this was a worry, why didn't she bring it up with anybody prior to the wedding? She would have spent a lot of time with him, and Harry would have revealed certain facets of his personality. But as we know, when Camilla very, nicely said, if there's anything you need to talk about anything, about any situation, according to that source, along with the Queen and Camilla, she said, I'm fine, I've got Harry. Seemingly, these two underlings weren't big enough for her. She was going for the bigger slice of the pie, and she wanted an audience with the King, and so far, very wisely, many people might suggest, and sagely, he's declined that audience. Now, as Meghan's pointing out to that source, a lot of these problems could have been swiftly dealt with if they'd have met. As ever, I'd love to know what you think to this particular breaking story in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.